Potholes. Our vehicles hate them. Ever wonder why they happen and how they are fixed? We asked an expert to take us behind the scenes to find out. The City of Lakewood's Infrastructure Maintenance and Operations Engineer, Kyle Beck, tells us all about potholes and how city and town employees repair our streets.
What creates a pothole is when the failure of the subbase and when it can no longer handle the weight of the traffic it carries. There are two contributing factors with the pothole, water and traffic. What happens is over time, once you see a lot of traffic going over the pavement, it develops a fatigue crack, which then exposes it to the elements. Once that fatigue crack is permanently open, any water that gets in there can soften the asphalt, and during the winter months, you see a thermal expansion and contraction of the pavement, which then can actually expand the particles of the asphalt, allowing alligator cracking, which allows even more access for water to penetrate and saturate the subbase. The subbase is a very important structural stability for the pavement, and once that fails, any traffic loading on top of that will create the fatiguing of the subbase, which then creates the deformation of the pavement, which results in a pothole.
Once potholes are formed, Public Works Department crews are dispatched to fix them and to make sure we have a smooth ride. The City of Lakewood's team covers 1,300 lane miles.
The Street Maintenance Division, they repair approximately 1,200 to 1,500 potholes each year. And because of this high volume and the time it takes to repair these potholes, which is approximately 25 to 30 minutes per pothole, City of Lakewood intends to perform a permanent patch on each one of these locations versus a semi-permanent or a temporary patch, which those require you to go out at a later date to perform additional work at the same location.
If you come across a pothole in your travels, your city or town wants to know.
Well, the City of Lakewood appreciates and encourages our local residents as well as people passing through Lakewood to report any potholes that are developing. The City of Lakewood has an actual link at www.lakewood.org, and if you click on the Request Lakewood link, it allows folks to report these potholes, and Lakewood also has a Request Lakewood app for people to report these potholes. So once the work is completed, it'll be reported back to the reporting party that the work has been completed.
Visit your city or town website to learn if your community has a similar system in place.
The best practices for a permanent patch is our guys come out and they mark the spot for removal and replacement. And the key thing is that they clean off the pothole to identify the damaged area, and then we usually go beyond that area knowing that the subbase may be damaged even further than what you're seeing in the asphalt. So once that's marked, they'll go ahead and they'll jackhammer the pothole in a rectangular formation, which is important for compaction. As they jackhammer, they're really shooting for as much of a vertical face as possible. And then they'll go ahead and they'll clean out the pothole of all the debris, and they'll actually inspect the subbase. The subbase is a very important structural stability for the pavement, so if we don't go and repair that, then we're going to run in the same situation, and technically it wouldn't be a permanent patch. So we're inspecting the subbase, and if that's fine, we'll leave it. If it's not, we'll over-X and just make it a greater depth of asphalt. So they'll put asphalt back to the depth where we reach good subgrade, subbase, and then we'll actually perform a lift within the asphalt. But prior to putting in the asphalt, they'll actually put a tack coat along the face of the asphalt, which acts as a bond between the new and old asphalt. And the importance of that is if you don't do a good tack coat application along the edges, soon down the road you'll see cracks develop at that face, which is typically the problem in the first place, allowing water to penetrate through the pavement down to the subgrade. And so the tack application is very important. They'll apply that, and then they'll go ahead and they'll heat any moisture out of the tack as well as the asphalt. and start performing the lifts of asphalt until they get to the top surface of the pavement. And then they'll go ahead and roll it for compaction, and that would complete that pothole.
So the next time you enjoy a smooth ride through your neighborhood, you'll know about the hard work involved in keeping our streets in good repair. No, it's not magic. It's a dedicated team working for you. Learn more about cities and towns and the services they provide on the Colorado Cities and Towns Facebook page or at coloradocitiesandtowns.org.